Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Son I.E. I'm your host, XO. If it's your first time listening, welcome in. Welcome to the show. Man, I know I've been on a hiatus, but we back. We back at it again. Man, it's been a while since I recorded, literally over a month. That's because I've been crazy busy over this past month, but I'm getting more aware of how I'm gonna like my schedule and operate my schedule. Getting back into the flow of things. And I just want to thank y'all for taking y'all time to really stick with it throughout this whole thing. But with that being said, I just want to acknowledge the new listeners and new people out there who's listening to Son IE. Thank y'all for tuning in wherever you at, listening to this. Just want to thank you for really taking the time out of your day to tune in to Son IE. And I bet you're wondering, what is Son IE? Well, it is a personal development platform for entrepreneurial millennials who are like navigating through their mental health. On every episode, we drop tips, tricks, knowledge, inspiration, motivation, testimonies, and just different things when it comes to the entrepreneurial journey and the things you will face. With this episode right here, I'm really getting into understanding how to not self-sabotage myself, because you know how it is. You be like, things are going great, things are going good, and you're like, man, do I deserve this? Is this for me? Should I keep at this? And we just want to sabotage our progression because of our past selves or who we were in the past, our past habits, and we can't let that happen, honestly. And I know how it is personally. That's what I've been dealing with and trying to get a hold of, where I'm not self-sabotaging myself and just understanding like, yo, this is what you prayed for. This is what you want, and this is what you have to go after. This is what you have to do. So don't revert back to your old habits, your old ways, and understanding that it's going to be day by day in this journey. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days, there's going to be slow days, but it's understanding that this is what I'm meant to do. And I can't question myself or question my blessings or question anything when it comes to where I am and where I was, because where I was served its purpose, and where I am is serving its purpose to who I'm becoming in the long run. It's like in life, we go through transition phases where we got good, but we want great. We got great, but we want better. We want the best. So it's like there's levels every time. When it comes to life, you have to learn to elevate and evolve. That's what I'm learning to with myself, because I've been so stuck in my ways, my habits, that I have to break out of those old ways, those old habits, and know that I'm becoming a new person. It's like, a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. So that's what I've been really focusing on, just really changing my habits, changing my ways, and really changing myself overall, especially when it comes to my mindset. Because the mindset is the biggest thing when it comes to anything in life. Anything when you set your heart to, your mind to, it all begins with mindset and understanding that you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve the best of what you're going through. And it's understanding sometimes we're so conditioned that we think we don't deserve more. We don't deserve better. Or we don't deserve just greatness or success. It's like we get a little taste of success and we're like, okay, this is good, but do I deserve more? Can I get more? And it's like when you know you can get more, you strive to get more. But there will be times where you hit roadblocks and you start to question yourself, question your faith, questioning the blessings that you've been blessed with. And it's really understanding that, yes, I can question it, but don't let that questioning deteriorate the progress that you've made over time. Because at the end of the day, we all deserve to live the life of our dreams. Whatever you dream your life should be, you deserve to live that. Don't settle for less. Like, I see this quote a lot of times where it's like, The blessings that we have now is what we prayed for 2 to 3 years ago, 5 years ago. So where you're at right now is like embracing what you have, being grateful for what you have right now, and understanding like, yo, I used to pray for everything that I have now, and now that I have it, I want more. I want something different. And it's okay to want different, but it's still acknowledging where you're at and being appreciative of what you have and what you created or manifested in your life right now. Because at the end of the day, it's always going to be more. You're always going to be wanting more in life, but it's understanding too that yes, I want more, but I have to understand like me expressing gratitude for what I have now brings in that more. And that's to circle back to just that self-sabotaging. It's life. We want the best for ourselves, but when that best happens, we're like, do I really deserve this? And then we start questioning it, and then we start falling back and really not understanding that we sometimes jeopardize our futures by letting our past selves come back to the present. Whether it's habits, old people, old environments, and doing those things, it's like if you're not slowly evolving on a daily basis, you'll revert back to your old ways. I know from personal experience. That's why I've been working on this self-sabotage, and it's really that sneaky little voice, that's in your head that whispers doubts, fears, and holds us back from really reaching our full potential. Whether you're an entrepreneur like myself, or creative, or just someone who just wants to grow personally, it's always going to be that. Self-sabotage is always going to be there because it's just something that you have to get comfortable with, because that self-sabotage, I'm trying to talk too fast. The self-sabotage is always going to be there no matter what level you're at in life. Whether you're at the bottom or at the top, it's always going to be there when you're trying to progress or do better for your life. Self-sabotage can rear its ugly head at any time. You'll be going good, and then boom, it hits you like a brick wall. But I'm understanding that, if you always have the power to win. You always have the power to choose. Do I listen to the little voice in my head that says, oh, you shouldn't do that, you should fear this, you should doubt yourself, or things like that? Or do I listen to the other voice that says, you deserve this? This is what is meant for you. And for those that don't know, what exactly is self-sabotage? Hold on, I gotta get some water. Self-sabotage, it's any behavior or thought pattern that undermines our own success or well-being. It's that nagging voice that tells us we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not worthy of success. Just go back to your old ways. It can manifest into many forms, from procrastination to self-doubt to even imposter syndrome. Man, I'm just thinking about over this last month, how self-sabotage try to creep into my everyday life, into the progress that I was making. And it was about a few days, maybe in a week, where I let self-sabotage take control or do its ugly deeds to me. And that's where I had to really step back and evaluate, is this really helping me progress, or is it hindering my progress? And I'm wondering, I bet you're thinking so how do we know if we're self-sabotaging? Well, I'm glad you thought that. I had to really do the research myself and understand what is self-sabotage. And then I was like, the signs aren't really obvious, but there are some red flags to look out for. Number one would be, pay attention to your self-talk. Are you constantly criticizing yourself or doubting your abilities? If so, that's a pretty big sign that self-sabotage may be at play. You start criticizing yourself, doubting yourself, and then questioning your abilities. That's self-sabotage trying to creep in and saying, you're not worth it. You don't deserve it. You're not smart enough. You're not adequate in this area. That's going to happen throughout your journey, on your journey. The second red flag would be, I think this is the one that was happening to me or happened to me, was observing your behavior patterns. Do you find yourself procrastinating on important tasks? What about avoiding opportunities for growth? Or even engaging in self-destructive habits? These all can be indicators that you are getting in your own way, aka self-sabotaging. And it's like looking at the signs, you'll be going through life, going through your cycles, and like, man, maybe it is your self-talk that's really holding you back. Or maybe your behavior to where you're constantly procrastinating on certain things, that's holding you back. So you always have to be aware of, like, am I progressing? Am I hurting my progression? And just being real with yourself. Because it's like having that self-awareness really helps you out in the long run. And the last one, sign or red flag, whatever you want to call it, when it comes to self-sabotage, is checking with your emotions. Are you experiencing feelings of anxiety, fear? And what about unworthiness? When faced with these challenges, I know it's tough, but really, sometimes you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. And that's real. Ice Cube said it best. You really have to check yourself and check your emotions and check, what am I doing? Why am I standing in my own way? What is that fear? And sometimes it is fear because you're fear of growth. You're fearing like, dang, I don't know what's next. I don't know the unfamiliar. And it's like, it's life. We have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Whatever it is in life, every day we should be progressing and evolving. Your emotions can be underlying clues to the patterns of self-sabotage, self-destruction, whatever it may be. Check your emotions. Check in with yourself and see, am I doing the right things? Am I questioning myself? What am I fearing? Why am I getting anxiety? And asking these questions to yourself and seeing what's the solution. That's why I really want to touch bases on this, because I feel like we all self-sabotage in some way when it comes to us progressing in life, whether we're progressing on an entrepreneurial journey, progressing with our creative activities, progressing in the gym, progressing on personal growth. It's like we get to that point where it's like you're at the crossroad. I know you've seen the two roads diverge. You're like, do I keep on my progressing road, or do I take on the other road where it's self-destructive and become my old self again? Now that we've identified some of the common signs of self-sabotage, how about we talk about how do we overcome this? How do we overcome the self-sabotaging ways? And that really starts with awareness. Awareness and practice. We can break from the grip of self-sabotaging by becoming aware of these self-sabotaging habits. I know one of the most important things to overcome this is really cultivating that self-awareness, becoming aware of yourself, of your thoughts, your self-talk, your emotions, and understanding like, let me take some time to reflect on this past month, this past week, or this first quarter of the year. And understanding, have I been sabotaging myself? Have I been procrastinating? What about them self-destructive habits? And really taking account, like, and understanding, like, how's my behavior been this first quarter? Have I been progressing in 2024? Or have I been on that slow, the little engine that could? If that makes sense. But really understanding that, maybe you have to take some time to journal, meditate, and talk to a friend. I'm always here to open and discuss what you're feeling about or what you're going through, and understanding if you really self-sabotage yourself. Or maybe you're like, I want to talk to a friend or a family member. Talk to someone, maybe even a therapist. And that just really helps you understand if you're self-sabotaging and how to get out of that self-sabotaging ways. Or really shedding light on those patterns that you have, you'll understand yourself more, and it's really becoming self-aware of when that little voice in your head creeps in, so you can just shut them up fast. The next thing will be practicing that self-compassion. We always got to remember we are human. We're all going to make mistakes, but it's like you got to be, ladies, gentle with yourself, and fellas, understanding yourself, knowing like, okay, you're going to mess up. Life is full of mistakes. We're always making mistakes, especially when you make a mistake. You got to not criticize yourself, not put yourself down, and understand like, this is just a part of my journey. I have to learn from this mistake. That's how I become great. Because we all like to want to beat ourselves up. We always want to talk about ourselves, belittle ourselves over time because we'll make a small mistake. But it's like that small self-talk goes a long way. When you self-criticize, as well as when you jokingly criticize yourself. Understanding like you can't even jokingly criticize yourself because your subconscious mind does not know the difference. So being aware of that, of how you're speaking to yourself, even when you mess up. I really want to cuss right now, but I'm trying to keep it clean. When you really mess up, understanding like you got to treat yourself with love and compassion no matter what you do. If you failed today, figure out why you failed, figure out why you made a mistake, and understand it's a part of my journey. I am supposed to fail. I am supposed to make mistakes. They're all a part of my journey because that's how I've learned not to fail again. I don't know how it is. Another powerful antidote to self-sabotage is to cultivate a growth mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as threats, see them as opportunities to grow. They're for your growth. They're for you there to learn. And everything you go through in life, you're going to be challenged. And the challenge is just to see, is this something that you truly want? Or is it something that you think you want? So you have to embrace that as you're on this journey, as you face challenges. Once you see a challenge, you're like, okay, I'm ready for this challenge because I know it's for my personal growth. And every time you've encountered a challenge in life, what happened when you face that challenge? Exactly. So embrace the journey of self-improvement and celebrate your progress along the way. We're going to fail. We're going to make mistakes. It happens in life. I was faced with a challenge when it comes to recording. It's like I stopped recording for over a month, but I'm still back. I could have quit, but like, nope, pack it up. I'm done. No more Sana'i. But I know this is bigger than me. So I got to get back on here. Got to keep dropping the weekly episodes, helping you guys out as I help myself out along the way. And finally, the last thing to overcome that self-sabotage would be surround yourself with a supportive group. How are the people around you? Are they supporting you? Are they uplifting you? Can you go to them in a time of need? Or do you not have that circle around you? Find you a circle of friends. Find that winner circle. Don't be stuck with people that keep you in the square, keep you caged in. Find that people that help you grow along the way. Connect with like-minded individuals who understand your struggles and can offer encouragement, guidance, and accountability when it comes to this journey of life. Honestly, we're together here for a reason. We're stronger together than we are alone. So seek out that supportive tribe to help you overcome the self-sabotage on your journey to become successful. But I honestly hope this episode helped you out. I know personally it did with me. As I was talking, I was like, dang, there was some ways I was self-sabotaging myself, but I'm growing out of that because now I approach life with, I deserve the best. I deserve success. I deserve the blessings of life, the great things of life. I appreciate y'all. I really hope this episode helped you out. If it did, share it with a friend. Share it with somebody you love. Share it with somebody that you care about. Share it with anybody that you know is an entrepreneur that needs to hear this. And remember, you're worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment. Don't let the voice of self-sabotage hold you back. Don't reach your dreams. Embrace your power. Cultivate self-awareness and self-compassion. And don't forget to surround yourself with a supportive community. Together, as a group, as friends, as family, we can conquer self-sabotage and thrive on our entrepreneurial journeys. But until next time, stay resilient, stay inspired, and keep soaking in that game. This is XO signing off. Take care. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. Worry is a form of betting against yourself. And we out. Peace.